your most powerful argument, Sushant, Sareen, is on the issue of imposing costs. That while India is doing what it can and it must, it hasn't sought to publicly impose costs of the kind, for example, when Pakistan-based terrorists sneaked into our territory, they carried out terror attacks in Uri, Pathankot, we very clearly said there will be costs. Here we are doing what we can, mostly as a defensive mechanism. We're not publicly communicating strength, which to the likes of Ajay Shukla suggests strategic defeatism.
I don't think Ajay Shukla is saying that there's any kind of strategic defeatism. I think he's counseling against saying anything which smacks of defeatism. Although I'm a little, I'm wondering where exactly anybody has said that, you know, China is an insurmountable problem and that we have to, you know, keep our heads low and, you know, walk with our heads bended and before the Chinese on our knees. I don't think, unless of course Ajay is, you know, taking something off from Dr. Jaishankar's interview yesterday, in which also I think he could have put it better. He could have, because in my view, whether it is Pakistan or it is China, I don't think we should be interested in any kind of a conflict, unless of course a conflict is foisted on us. And if, for example, the Chinese are going to foist a conflict on us, then our preparations are, you know, to the best of our ability, we are doing it. Again, I agree with Ajay that, you know, one could have some carping sounds to make on whether something should be done or something should not be done, but that's at a different level. But I think what is important, Rahul, is how do you define success when you are talking about dealing with China? I don't think there's any one clear definition, unless of course, you know, you say that, look, diplomatically we've sorted out all our issues, the boundary question has been sorted out, etc., etc. But I don't think anybody can really say that this is the only definition of success. In my book, it's a bad situation. It's a very tense situation which we have with China. And what we are doing, both in terms of deployment, in terms of infrastructure development, is one side of it. On the economy, I agree that there is a lot more that needs to be done, but a lot has already started happening. Just today, for example, the news that, you know, once again, we have gotten into the manufacture of APIs on the pharmaceutical sector. Not all of them, but a substantial number of them. Similarly, in terms of, you know, trying to attract manufacturing back into India, trying to clear the ground for manufacturers to come into India, a lot more needs to be done, but a lot has been done. And clearly the numbers are suggesting that that is happening. Can you decouple from China overnight? I don't think you can. Should you try and decouple from China? Of course you should. Can everything which you are importing from China, and there are government studies, can be imported at a cheaper cost from elsewhere?